Good evening and thanks for joining us. The company has already lost millions. It's cut more than a third of its workforce. And now what was a lifeline for BlackBerry has disappeared. Its attempt to find a buyer has flopped and the CEO has been fired. Some analysts fear the once great Canadian tech company is back in a downward spiral. The news immediately sent stocks plummeting today, with BlackBerry shares closing down 17%. Despite that, BlackBerry's new boss said today he believes a turnaround is possible if people would just be patient. Christina Stevens has the details.
BlackBerry Z10 and the BlackBerry Q10.
The executive who launched the BlackBerry Z and Q10s in what amounted to a Hail Mary for the company is gone. Just one of the changes announced today as Fairfax Financial backed out of its proposed $4.7 billion purchase of BlackBerry. Instead, Fairfax is spearheading a $1 billion investment in the embattled company. A move that caught shareholders off guard, taking a bite out of BlackBerry stocks.
On its own, I wouldn't call it bad news. It's just surprising news, and markets always hate to be surprised.
It involves a major executive shakeup. CEO Thorsten Heins is out. He's being replaced by John Chen, who will also be executive chair. And chairman and CEO of Fairfax, Prem Watsa, will become lead director of BlackBerry.
I continue to like the keyboard.
The head of a group of activist investors says the $1 billion gives the new management team time to turn things around, then put it on the block, avoiding a panicked need to sell fast. Several names have been floated as potential buyers, including Facebook, Lenovo, and BlackBerry co-founder Mike Lazaridis.
There's certainly a number of players out there that could continue to take a look at BlackBerry.
So if you were betting a year from now, what do you see?
I think it's sold by then, or broken up within a year.
BlackBerry could be divided into three: a hardware company, a software and services company, and a patents company. The tech giant has been desperately trying to stay in business as sales plummeted, laying off close to 5,000 employees in the last 2 months alone. But there's been a recent success. 20 million people downloaded the BBM app within the first week. It's free. They hope to make money from advertising on it, but how much is unclear.
The company can certainly turn it around, but I think if we expect them to ever come back and be a global competitor to Apple and Google, we are somewhat mistaken.
He says today is not the end of the road for BlackBerry. It's the end of one chapter and the beginning of another. Christina Stevens, Global News, Toronto.